If you want to make friends or make better friends than the ones that you have now, the first thing you need to do is work on yourself. People want to be friends with the improved version of you, not you right now. So you need to work on yourself. You need to level up in every single area that you can. Make sure you're reading books. Make sure you're watching my videos. You're listening to podcasts. You're going to the gym and working on yourself. You're leveling up your social skills, your communication. You're becoming a more likable person. You're learning more about the world. Improve in every single area. Make more money. And as you do this, you'll realize that more people want to associate with you. Get some real wins in the real world. And the more you win, the more people will want to associate with you. People want to associate with success. No one wants to be associated with a loser. So become someone who people want to associate with. Now, you're probably thinking, but I want people to like me for the real me. You're not changing yourself at its core. You're just improving yourself. So you're still the same person, but you're becoming a better version of yourself. That's why I said people don't want to be friends with you. They want to be friends with an improved version of you. Think of it like an iPhone. You can have an iPhone X, for example. Maybe you're an iPhone X right now. I want you to improve yourself and become an iPhone 16. An iPhone X and an iPhone 16 are both iPhones. It's just the iPhone 16 has a few newer features. The camera's better, it's smoother, it's faster, it performs so much better. So I'm not telling you to change who you are. I'm telling you to improve who you are. Stop being an iPhone X. Level up, work on yourself, dedicate your life to becoming the best version of yourself and improving yourself, and become an iPhone 16. It's the same iPhone. It's just improved. So that's what I want you to do. Become better, because people want to associate with success. All of the people that you dream of being friends with, they're probably successful. No one has ever dreamed of being friends with someone who's not successful. And I know it sounds harsh when you say it out loud, but if you think about it very carefully, no one wants to be friends with a loser. And you're not a loser. And even if you think you might be a loser, you don't have to be a loser if you work on yourself. Anyone can improve themselves if they dedicate themselves to self-improvement. Anyone can do it. And you're not created to be a loser either. You have great potential inside of you. There's so many dreams and desires that are in your heart, and you need to listen to those dreams and desires. You need to act upon them. It's your duty to try and become the best version of yourself. You deserve it. The people around you deserve it. Your community deserves it. Because when you improve yourself and you become the best version of yourself, it actually benefits everyone around you. You're a better son, you're a better brother, you're a better friend, you're a better husband or boyfriend or whatever you want to call it. You're a better person to be around, and you make the world around you better. So focus on improving yourself, because as you improve yourself, you will make friends, because you'll be winning and people will want to associate with success. And you'll make better friends, higher quality friends, friends that are proud to call you a friend. Because that's another thing. You could be friends with people who people may regard as high quality, people who everyone wants to be friends with. But if you haven't worked on yourself, those people won't respect you as much. You might be able to call yourself their friend, but they're not as confident speaking about you as you are about them. You want to get to a point where no matter who it is, no matter who you're thinking of in your head right now, I want to be friends with them. Maybe it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Maybe it's Conor McGregor. Two random names, two completely random names. But whoever you want to be friends with, I'm sure there's a name in your head. You want to get to a point where you've leveled up, so you're not becoming their friend and it's a fan versus, friend. You're not a fan. You're an equal. You want to get to a point where you've improved yourself so much that no matter who you meet, you can meet them as an equal rather than a fan. And that can only come through improving yourself and working on yourself. Maybe you watch my videos and you like me and you want to be my friend. If you work on yourself and I meet you and you're a cool guy, I want to be your friend as well. But if I meet you and I can tell that you haven't worked on yourself, I probably won't want to be your friend as much. It's the same with anyone. So work on yourself, and I promise you, you can become friends with anyone and you can have the best friends in the world, ones that you are proud to be their friend and they're proud to be your friend too. If you want help becoming the best version of yourself in every single area of life that pertains to a young man, I have a community where I help young men live purposeful lives and reach their full potential. And everyone is leveling up on a daily basis. It's insane. Recently, we've had so many wins in the community, and I feel as if people in 1 month in my community are making the progress that people make in a year in the real world, just outside of my community. So if you want to accelerate your progress in life, click the link in my description and join my community. But the second way that you're going to make friends, or at least make friends that are better than the ones that you have now, is by going where you're appreciated rather than going where you're tolerated. I think for a lot of time in my life, I was definitely someone who would go to places where people were tolerating me, but they weren't really appreciating me. You need to realize that not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone is going to be a big fan of you. And that's okay. In fact, I know you're working on yourself. So you're probably not going to be someone who gets on with everyone. I mean, by definition, average people are the average. Exceptional people are the exception. And if you're the exception, then you're that outlier. Everyone is here, you're here. You're the outlier. So not everyone's going to get on with you. But the trap that many people fall into, and the trap that I fell into when I was younger, is I tried to make everyone like me by force. And that meant that people who showed me that they didn't necessarily like me that much, or who didn't treat me the way that I deserved to be treated, were the ones that I kept trying to be friends with. To a point where you're not necessarily begging, but something close to that. You're really trying so hard to be friends with someone, but a friendship is a two-way thing. Friendship needs to be reciprocated. You try and be their friend, they try and be your friend. But in many cases, you find yourself trying to be their friend, but they don't get you. They don't understand you. So they're not going to reciprocate. That's what I want you to avoid. Go where you are appreciated, not where you're tolerated. I remember when I was younger in school, for example, I used to try and talk to people who weren't necessarily friends with me, but I wanted to be friends with them. They were cool guys. But then you see their energy shift when you go up to them. They're looking at each other. They're thinking like, why is this guy coming up to us to talk to us? They're confused, like, what does this guy want to say to us? And they don't really treat you in a friendly way. And they show pretty clearly that they don't want to talk to you. Before, I used to still try and talk to them. But now, I go where I'm appreciated. If I spend time with someone and I can tell that they don't value my presence, then I leave. I'm not afraid to walk away. And the case is, sometimes people will say, I'm going to walk away if I'm not valued. And they haven't worked on themselves. So the problem is really them. If you haven't worked on yourself and you're not a person who people want to be around because you haven't improved yourself in any way, maybe you have really bad communication skills, maybe you haven't achieved anything so no one really wants to be associated with you, fair enough. Maybe you are the problem. But you've worked on yourself. You're trying to become the best version of yourself. You're the exception. You're the outlier. So if people still don't value your presence, then that's not your fault. That just means that you don't sync. It means that you're not fully compatible. And in that situation, learn to walk away. Go where you're appreciated, not tolerated. A guy in my community recently left his job. Not because he didn't like the job, but because his manager kept on disrespecting him. It was getting to a point where the manager would even disrespect him in front of customers. And he's a personal trainer, so obviously, you're training, you're trying to get customers, you're trying to help them with their fitness goals. And this manager was calling the guy in my community skinny when he's not skinny. So you can see that he realized very quickly that he was being disrespected, and he didn't appreciate that at all. And he ended up leaving the job. But I told him that's the right thing to do. In fact, you should have left way sooner, because you should go somewhere where you're appreciated, not tolerated. If you're in an environment where people appreciate you, you're not going to be spoken to like that. No one's going to disrespect you in front of customers. In fact, people will see customers and you, and they'll try and uplift you. They'll try and make customers want to work with you, and you'll make more money from that because they appreciate you. When you're in an environment where people appreciate you, you will be at your happiest. You will be able to work better than you've ever worked before because you're motivated and inspired by those around you. They value you, and because they value you, they treat you well. They treat you the way they would treat themselves. But when you go to places where you're tolerated, I promise you, you're going to be the brunt of all the jokes. No one's going to respect you. You're going to feel miserable. So stop going to places where they tolerate you from a place of weakness and start acting from a place of abundance, going to places where people appreciate you. I would honestly rather be alone and have no friends than have many friends and they tolerate me, they disrespect me, and they undermine me on a regular basis. And yes, it's not easy, and it's easier said than done, but I promise you, it's not worth being around people who tolerate you. It's not a life that's worth living. So work on yourself, and as you work on yourself, I promise you, people will want to be surrounded by you. For example, when I started posting on TikTok, and one video went viral, I remember there was this girl who I followed on Instagram, or I requested to follow her, and she let me follow her, but then she didn't follow me back. And I thought, okay, fair enough. So I unfollowed her. I was like, I don't like to follow people who don't follow me back. So I unfollowed her. A video went viral on TikTok. 2 videos from the same day. Both went above 250,000 views. And this same girl who didn't even follow me back just a week or 2 before, as soon as that video hit 250k views, 2 of those, and it's not even crazy views, but back then, crazy. I had an open account. She follows me. I see it, but I remember this girl didn't follow me back. There's no way I'm going to follow her. So I left it. So she unfollows me now. And then a few days later, she circles a block, follows me again. Now this time, I'd realized what had happened, and I was like, you know what? Now I'm going to follow her back. Because before, I had to show her that I'm not just going to follow you easily. But now, she's followed again, so I thought, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. We're in similar social circles. But the point I'm trying to make here is that once I posted a video and these 2 videos got above 250,000 views, all of a sudden she wanted to be my friend. I could be upset, but it's more of a don't hate the player, hate the game kind of thing. It's just human psychology. It sounds harsh, like I said, to say that people want to be associated with success only, but it's just the way that human beings are. Even your friends. If you started losing, if you started becoming a bum, someone that no one is inspired by, someone that no one even, looks up to at all, some of your friends may start thinking about you differently. Maybe they won't cut you off, but they'll start treating you a little bit differently. If I started falling off, if I started becoming this lazy guy, I started, just deviating from my goals, and I stopped being the man I am now, a lot of my friends would look at me differently. So we treat people based off of kind of who they are, who they show us, who they present themselves as. So present yourself as a respectable person. Work on yourself. And I promise you, more people want to be your friends, and better people will want to be your friends. By better, I mean higher quality. People who are chasing their goals. People who are like you. People that you want to be friends with. Now, the third way that you're going to have or make friends and make higher quality friends is by seeking like-minded individuals. One of the reasons why you find yourself being surrounded by people that you don't really get on with too well is because you don't prioritize being around like-minded individuals. When I say like-minded individual, what I mean is someone who shares your values, someone who shares your purpose, someone who shares your beliefs. So for example, I believe in hard work. I believe in trying to become the best version of yourself. I believe in being kind, in treating others the way you'd like to be treated, in being respectful to others. If I was with someone who was disrespectful towards others, I would struggle to be friends with that person because our values don't align. If I was with someone who isn't really interested in trying to reach their full potential, we wouldn't be able to gel as well as if they were interested in becoming the best version of themselves. So you need to surround yourself by like-minded individuals because at the moment, you're around people who don't share your values. So you're actually trying to actively improve yourself, but these people don't appreciate you. You share really deep, insightful thoughts, but they don't care. You have wins, and you don't even want to share those wins because either the people around you will be jealous that you've had such a win because they can't even imagine themselves winning like that. Or maybe, number two, they don't care because what you're winning in doesn't align with them or their goals or anything they're interested in. When you're around like-minded individuals, it is the most beautiful thing. You can be your authentic self. You don't have to put off a front. You don't have to put on a mask. And you can know for sure that the people around you are going to appreciate you for you. They're going to value you because they are like you. If you want to make friends and make better friends, surround yourself with like-minded individuals. You are someone who is trying to reach your full potential. You're trying to become the best version of yourself and achieve things that most people around you don't even think about. As I said before, average people want average results. But if you want exceptional results, you're going to be the exception. You want exceptional results. So, by default, you are the exception. If you want to be around other people like you, who are also exceptions, also trying to become the best version of themselves and reach their full potential, join my community. In my community, you will have access to a global community of like-minded individuals. You will be around people who are trying to reach their full potential, and you'll find that your standards increase. Everyone who's in the community, whenever they join, they always say, as soon as I joined, I found myself raising my standards because I know other people are trying to achieve great things as well. And I can't be the one person who's slacking. That's the effect of being around like-minded people. Not only can you be yourself, but now you are actually influenced positively to be better. You'll have access to video step-by-step blueprints where you will be able to learn about how to improve different areas of your life. As we said, you need to improve yourself. As you improve yourself, more people want to be associated with you. You need to level up your confidence. You need to level up your communication, your mindset, become more positive, get into better shape in the gym. Improve in every single way. And if you want to accelerate your growth and improve and work directly with me, maybe you have questions that you specifically want to ask me. You want to learn more about how to make friends and be a likable person, be more charismatic, maybe attract your dream partner. I can help you with all of that in my community. Click the link in the description and join.